There are a lot of questions in here. I'm going to ask this one question, but there are a lot of questions about COVID and how to kind of think about its impact. This question is, how should we position for a probable winter COVID resurgence? I mean, I guess the first point is the COVID resurgence is here. Friday we had 200,000 positive tests, which is by far the highest of the pandemic. I think 49 of 50 states have an R naught over 1, so basically it's everywhere in the U.S. And we're seeing community spread. Hospitalizations are at an all-time high, so we're not looking for the COVID resurgence; it's here, and so you kind of play the game that's in front of you based on that. If anything, I actually think Mike Taylor tweeted a good point the other day, which is the next thing could be the rate of change of the resurgence actually slows, which may be perceived as a positive, but.
Yeah, I mean,
but all that is just kind of talk and theorizing, right?
Yeah, and how we should think about it is what's the market signal, what's the economic quad? That's how we're thinking about it all. We don't just overweight a topic because it's overweight in your mind or in your family. And again, God willing, you're not affected like I was, and you have it. You don't want to invest that way. That's not investing. That is talking points, feelings. It's saying this is what's going on in the world. Therefore, think about a lot of the baggage some of you that are new subscribers have that you need to at least consider getting rid of. Okay? So even if you want to use COVID as a thing, let's just think of some things that could be associated with COVID. Number one, which Mike Taylor has said all along. Number one, because there is COVID accelerating, the vaccine is worth more. So hashtag vaccine. All right, let's use vaccine right there. Hashtag vaccine. That's bullish, right? Every time we get vaccine news, that's bullish for stocks. Bearish for gold. 2, if we do have COVID accelerate, which we do, Jonesy just said it again, and it may be accelerating towards the cycle peak, but in rate of change terms is not how the Biden administration thinks. No politician has ever thought in rate of change terms, so let's just start with that. Because we had the current acceleration of COVID and all the shutdowns, you get stimulus. Okay? You can see those headlines this morning. The bird, McConnell's going to even wake up for a little bit. He's going to be out there. He's going to give you the stimulus. So that's 2. Do you need more? If we didn't have COVID, we wouldn't have the setup for the market to go higher. And then finally, God forbid that this is where you started to answer the question without anchoring on COVID. What quad are we going into economically? Quad 2. Okay? Now, you could go back and say, well, we need this and we need that because the COVID, if you knew at the end of August from a very inappropriate place for you to have bought the 5 stocks that everybody that they own, their dog owns, their brother, sister, everybody's cousin owned it, because the market was starting to discount in September that by October, November, we'd have an acceleration in COVID. Don't forget that the last month that we had of things that were not acting well, including Bitcoin. Look at the chart of Bitcoin that I showed again this morning. Quad 4 was September. That was a quad 4 month. Absolutely 100%. Yes, completely inconvenient truth for hodlers and maxis to accept. But look, it went down hard. Actually, a lot of things did in the first week of September because the dollar went up. That's what happens in quad 4. And then it looked like it could be the beginning of something trending. But it wasn't. You got the election, then you got the vaccine news, and then voila. So again, I'm challenging you to not start with one thing and look at everything. In particular, when you summarize everything, use the market signal first and what the pending economic quad is that we're going into.